Silkroad was the biggest illegal online drug cartel that was ever created. It was also known as the Amazon of drugs. It had amassed $2.3 billion in its entire lifetime operation. Ross Ulbricht, under the hood of Silk Road, was from Austin, Texas, onto his path to becoming a molecular physicist. But what led him to build the biggest drug empire in the world? Hop on a ride as we uncover the deep recesses of the unknown, the parts of the internet hidden to the masses, dark web, where most of today's illegal activities takes place. Here's the exploration of the Silk Road. Tor network. The internet we all experience is nothing but the tip of the iceberg. Means that 90% of the internet is hidden under the ice, also called as the Darknet. Businesses have moved from doing business physically, handing out goods methodically, to a well-controlled and systematic online way. Since its inception, internet has been able to connect boundaries with the touch of a button or click, bringing the world closer and closer. The overall point being that today's illegal activities happen in the dark net or through the hidden net. Even now, there are tons of online websites with the extension of .onion, which is an extension for the hidden sites or dark websites, like google.com will be transformed to google.onion, which trade illegal goods in the wake of the day. You may start to wonder then, why not shut those sites down, right? It isn't that easy to track the location of the person or a group behind this site. This was all a try to give you a little gist about the dark web. Now, what Silk Road did was make buying and selling of drugs and other illegal contraptions as easy as the Amazon. In the early days, or when the site was live, you would go onto the site, purchase the drug that you liked, paid in Bitcoin, and voila! The desired type of drug lands on your doorstep. Hence, it was also called the Amazon of drugs. Dark web was created by the American Navy by being able to communicate within themselves with total encryption and privacy. The Tor network, as it gets known. The reason it is called Tor network is because there's multiple layers of hoppings and bouncings internally. The network is layered like an onion, making traceability almost impossible. Tor also stands for the onion routing. First, let's understand the normal way to access a website. We all know that for accessing a website, we first need a web browser and the address or the name of the site we want to access. Like, for example, Amazon.com. Here's a quick thing. As soon as you get ready to surf the internet, which you get when you turn on your mobile data or get connected to a Wi-Fi network, you get assigned an internet address, also called IP address. IP address stands for Internet Protocol Address. And now, as soon as you open a web browser, the web browser instantly gets access to your IP address or your current location, as it does. So, when you enter a web address, it opens the website for you and gives you access to it by delivering it to your internet address for that matter. But for accessing dark websites, first of all, you need a Tor browser and the website's address relative to what a typical web browser does, which is to get access to your location through your internet address. The Tor browser does not exploit your internet address to the websites you visit or stores it in their servers. Instead, when you open a Tor browser, your connection to it is not direct but gets relayed multiple times through computers to computers. So by the time you access the website to Tor, your identity becomes completely safe. Hence, it is called as the onion routing. Now, I guess we have enough background to understand the functionings of Silk Road. The founder of Silk Road, Ross Ulbricht, was born and raised in Austin, Texas, America. His philosophy deeply existed in the philosophy of a libertarian who believes that the government doesn't has any right on the people's lives. Like, we shouldn't need a driving license to drive an actual car. Ross Ulbricht used to participate in debates in his college years about libertarian rights. He was very passionate about politics since his teenage years. A firm believer in libertarian rights, like it was people's body, and if they want to inject, swallow, or sniff something, they could and should be able to do that. It was their body after all, not government's. Ross always wanted to do something big, grand with his life. He learned coding and single handedly coded the entire Silk Road from scratch. Though he hasn't done coding for that matter and doesn't have a background in it altogether. Initially, Silk Road only had mushrooms, a type of drug, homebrewed by Ross himself. He debugged some of the coding errors with the help of his developer friend, of course, without giving out on much of what he was working on. For the production of mushrooms, he rented a place in Texas, cooked mushrooms by himself for the site. He only told about the Silk Road to his girlfriend. He told her not to disclose it to anyone else. The site, which he started out soon, grows so big that it has drugs available of all kinds. Sellers of illegal drugs are boosting their sales. The currency that they accepted on the site was digital cryptocurrency called Bitcoin, which is untraceable and gives the total encryption and privacy that the users of these sites want. Ross used to take mentoring from an internet friend called Barry Jones, with this idealistic goal to create a free market where people can easily buy, sell drugs, not having to deal with imprisonment, violence, robbery, which they would if they are buying drugs on the streets. Ross' username on the website's forum was Red Pirate Roberts, which he adopted from the advice of Barry Jones. On the path of becoming a molecular physicist while working on his own research at Penn State University, he used to play the champion drums in the university. He used to sleep in the basement of his friend's apartment, for which he didn't have to pay money. He was a thoughtful thinker. Ross told his girlfriend when probed about his abnormal habituals, I like to push myself at all times and appreciate minimal living at the best. Julia V had been in a relationship with Ross on and off several times. She was an accountant and madly in love with Ross. Lynn Ulbricht and Phil Ulbricht thought very highly of Ross. They said he was not like other kids in the town. He was a quick learner since he was a kid. Later on, you could have get your hands on any illegal good that you wanted, from fake passports, illegal girls to drugs. The site was shut down by FBI for selling drugs, fraudulent documents, and selling drugs to underage kids. The court sentenced Ross Ulbricht for lifetime imprisonment. Here are some of the personal diary entry from Ross Ulbricht himself. Here, and one illegal activity taking place on the dark web. Also, the reason it is called the Silk Road because it was an ancient route connecting China to Europe for trading goods.